general meeting, although it's the first one that we're actually doing online. So, wow, what an achievement. Now, because we're online, there are certain aspects of, shall we say, protocol that we'll need to be aware of. First of all, can you please make sure that you have muted your microphone and turned off your video? Secondly, can you turn on your chat button? And because this AGM is a very formal and legal requirement, along with each aspect of what we're covering on the AGM, there will be a need for proposers and seconders of each motion. So can I then actually start by looking at my agenda, which starts off on item 1, apologies. Do we have any apologies, please? Haru.
Hi. Yes, we have apologies from Jill Mallett and Anne Walker. And we also have apologies from a few people who can't attend this part of the meeting, but will be joining us later, which are David Alexander, Rebecca Skeels, Alison Council, Susie Hines, Alice Portnoy, and Eleanor Sims.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on swiftly to item 2, the minutes of the 22nd annual general meeting. And I'm presuming that you've all been sent copies of this by Haru, and I'm also assuming you have read and that you are going to agree with this. But this is the first instance where, as I've said earlier, we will need to have agreement throughout the meeting so that these minutes can be adopted. So I need, please, to get somebody through the chat button to propose that these minutes are an honest record of the last meeting and that it should be adopted. A proposer, please. I've got the first proposal from Ella Fearon-Lowe. Thank you very much. Can I have someone please to second that? Somebody to second that we adopt these minutes. I'm not seeing anybody on my chat screen. Samantha English, thank you very much, Samantha, seconded. Moving on to item 3, which is the chair's report. And hopefully we will have a nice bit of technology here. Right. Of course, there has been one overriding factor this year, which has influenced everyone's lives and activities, not only for the ACJ and its members, but for all individuals, families and groups throughout the world. The coronavirus has affected the economy and lifestyle of all countries, and though we are not fully over it yet, on behalf of the ACJ board, I extend condolences to all those who may have suffered personal loss, whether of loved ones or livelihood. However, I'm pleased to report some positives. Despite our fears, as the UK entered its first lockdown in March, our membership has actually increased over the year. We currently have 521, which includes 8 library members, 2 colleges, universities, and the following corporates: 3 UK SA offices, HS Walsh, Cooks and Gold, Benchpeg, Art Jewellery Forum, and the Society of North American Goldsmiths. For makers, we continue to develop favourable relationships with the industry. Member discounts are available with Argex, Burhouse, Cooks and Gold, HS Walsh, Bellor, Sutton's Bets, Mola Roda, TH March, and Clear Insurance. Our major members exhibition, Connections Connezioni, arranged with our overseas partner, Associazione Giolli Compitraneo, AGC, continued its 6-week run at the Goldsmith Centre, London, before transferring to the Lighthouse in Glasgow. The Glasgow private view went well, in spite of the rain, with added positives of artist talks by Simone Nolden and Anne Walker, a Jesmonite for jewellers course with Anastasia Young, and the formation of a new regional group, ACJ Scotland. The first lockdown then descended. The Lighthouse closed with our exhibition dismantled and in secure storage. This remains the current situation, with the Italian venues for this year and next, Livorno and Padua, cancelled. This year's members exhibition, Glass Houses, was planned to open at the Victoria Street Gallery, Birmingham, in September. This again has been affected by the pandemic and has, since September, been successfully available to explore online. In the circumstances, it has been difficult for the board to plan future events with any confidence, with the exception of our next international conference to be held in Exeter in 2022, which celebrates our 25th anniversary. The association's promotional support for graduates and designer makers continues, though it was inevitably restricted by the pandemic. New Designers was an online event, and judging for awards was impracticable. The Muriel Wilson Fund was awarded to Anne-Marie Shillito to enable her to visit Romania, but cancelled as she was unable to travel. Graduating students from 8 specialised jewellery courses across England and Scotland, as well as Ulster, were awarded ACJ College Prizes, with a further 3 prizes to be awarded later this year. During the year, the association was pleased to respond to growing public debate concerning BAME professionals and businesses. We welcomed the initiative of Cassandra Lauren Gordon, who raised £26,000 to help maintain the businesses of Black jewellers during the pandemic. Our thanks to ACJ Director Melanie Eddy, a member of the Goldsmiths Company charity, who administered the grants to a total of 21 recipients. I would also like to express specific thanks to other board members whose work over this time has enabled the association to flourish. Haru and Tamazan's inspired creation of the lockdown challenges, in conjunction with Rebecca's management of our digital platforms, helped us to maintain a prominent profile and stimulate our creativity. I think the increase in membership over this period, rather than the decrease expected, shows the benefit of their efforts. Changes to the team this year were the resignation of Joanne Garner as a director and John Moore as an advisor. My thanks to both of them for their commitment and involvement, and also to the rest of the board and advisors for their work, including Joe Lally, editor of Findings, who is producing wonderful and inspiring publications. Though not all of the above has been negative, I'm pleased to end on an extremely positive note. Congratulations to John H. Gillespie, known as Ian, a founder member of the ACJ who celebrates his 100th birthday this year. It's wonderful that Ian is not only still making, but also speaking about the benefits to be gained through ACJ networking. Okay, thank you. That's the end of the annual report. I would like to see, please, anyone to propose that be adopted as official aspect of the year. So I'm looking at the chat box. I've got Alison MacLeod to propose. Thank you very much. And I've got Anne Earls, who is happy to second. Excellent. Thank you very much. Right, the next item on the agenda is item 4, the Treasurer's Report. Could I ask our Treasurer, please, Dr. Lynn Bartlett, to deliver that report?
Right. Can I share my screen now? Whoops. Right, I can't seem to share the screen. Is that a problem?
As far as I can tell, you should be able to.
Right, let's try again. Hey, sorry. Sorry about this. Yes, right. Okay, you will have all had the full report and accounts for the last financial year. And in some ways, it seems very odd to be reporting figures for what was in fact a normal financial year for the ACJ, when so much has happened or in some cases not happened since late March 2020. For the year ending 31st of March, the Association recorded a turnover of £44,225, an increase from 2019, and with a surplus of 7,648, compared to a small loss last year. Membership income returned to previous levels of 23,700, which was improvement on 2019. The total income included part of the deferred grant held over from 2017-18, which was used to contribute to the costs of the Connections exhibitions, the major touring exhibition organised jointly with the AGC. Part of the grant monies was used to fund an ACJ speaker at the SNAG conference in Chicago in 2019, and the modest cost of a strategy day. Expenditure increased to £36,586, reflecting the costs associated with the major exhibition. The balance of the deferred grant will be held over as seed funding for the future conference. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Thank you very much, Lynn, for that. I'd like, as before, please, to see someone that can that can propose that that report is adopted by the meeting. Melanie Eddy has proposed that. Thank you very much, Melanie. And I've got Emma Peregrine has said she will second that. So that is excellent. Thank you very much. We can now move on to the next item, which is item 5, election of board members. I am going to propose that the board members going forward are the same as the board members that we currently have and that I'm going to read out to you. The board members that we have so far at this moment in time are as follows: Terry Hunt, Chair; David Alexander, Vice Chair; Lynn Bartlett, Treasurer and Company Secretary; Karen Delamy, Melanie Eddy, Linda Lambert, Emma Peregrine, Rebecca Skills, Anthony Wong, Anastasia Young. So my proposal is that these are your board to go forward into the next year. Can I have, please, a proposer for that? I've got a proposer, Lynn Glazard. Thank you. And that is seconded by Alison MacLeod. Thank you very much. Our next item, which is item 6 on the agenda, moving through it very quickly as we always do. We have a wonderful group of advisors, and my proposal is that the meeting agrees to the current list of advisors going forward to the next year. I will read out our current advisors and then ask for a proposal, as I've just indicated. Joe Bloxham, Ruta Brown, Professor Jack Cunningham, Uta Decker, Mark Fenn, Janet Fitch, Jacqueline Gestetner, Joanna Hardy, Bridie Lander, Mark Lewis, Kath Libbert, Poppy Porter. Can I please have a proposer for, I think I've got Anna Kara-Kime to second, but I could do with a proposer, please. Rachel Hearn. Thank you very much, Rachel. Rachel is proposing the advisory panel that I've read out, that those advisors will go forward to the following year. Can I then say that Anna Kara-Kime is the seconder for that? Thank you very much. I want to move on now to item 7, which is any other business. If there is, for some unusual reason, in this very formal event, any other business, please can you let me know by the chat button. Right, my chat box is empty at the moment in relation to that. So I would like to thank you all very much for being with us on this very strange annual general meeting. in the comfort of our own homes and studios. And I hereby say that that is the end of the annual general meeting, call it to a close. Now, that is actually the end of the formal part of our evening. But we have, as you're probably aware, got some special events lined up. What's going to happen immediately, while I probably go and get a cup of tea, and you might do the same, I don't know, but please do hang around to have a good look at some work that Tamazon's done, which is the ACJ's Year in Photos. And basically you'll be seeing the visual imagery of the things that I've been referring to in my annual report. It's really interesting to actually see these things and be reminded of them again. That will carry on a loop between now and 5:30, when we have Mark Cutler, who is a reclamation and recycling consultant for the Pressman Mastermelts company. Mark himself is very experienced, as obviously his company is, in reclaiming and recycling precious metal waste from your workshop. So that's a very interesting topic, and he'll be dealing with that. There will be 5 or 10 minutes for questions in relation to Mark's presentation. And again, can you please type your questions into the chat box. Then at 6 o'clock, we've got an event also relating to aspects of sustainability. In conversation, I should be talking with Eleanor Sims and Gail Ferriman. And we're, all three of us actually, we're exhibitors in the Glass Houses exhibition. This hopefully will be an interesting event. So please don't go too far away, because keep your screens going, because we've got this lovely photo montage which will be on your screens any moment now, as soon as I stop wobbling on. So thank you very much all, and I'll see you soon.